Righto everybody, welcome back to the channel. As you may have guessed from the title, I have bought a Jetski. It's a 2010 Kawasaki Ultra 260. Yeah, this is a, what is it, 1500cc supercharged, intercooled jet ski, yeah. Big enough to fit half a dozen children on, or maybe 2 or 3 adults. Yeah, so why have I done this? Well, obviously I like all things mechanical, and I did have a boat. I used to be riding to spearfishing, not so much nowadays, but I've recently sold the boat. So I sold the boat and I was looking at jet skis, and I thought, I should own one of these at least once during my lifetime. So here we are. Now, why did I buy this particular one? Well, this one was cheap. This is 4.5 grand, and it's got 110 hours on it. So that's low hours for a jet ski. The bloke, he had issues with the engine. The engine got rebuilt, then it blew up on him while he was out one day, and he had to call sea rescue, and he nearly got, the waves nearly pushed him into the like the rock wall at Hillary's Marina, which is that's a scary sort of a situation. So they replaced the engine under like a warranty, because they admitted they had made a mistake. One of the rod bolts was loose. I think they said the apprentice, it was like the apprentice's first engine build, and yeah, something's gone wrong. He didn't torque the rod bolts up or something. So that was done. All good, happy days. And then he's gone to sell it, and he's taken it, because the fella I bought it off, I don't think he ever laid a spanner on it. You know, he just wasn't that type of bloke. So he's taken it into the dealer and said, look, can you give it a service, give it a check over, I'm going to sell it. And he's planning to sell it for 8.5 grand, 8.5, 9 grand. And then the dealer's come back and said, well, you've got water in your oil, a little bit of water in your oil. It looks like it's coming from the intercooler. Now, these things, this is all new to me, they have like a water to air intercooler that's fed from seawater. That's why you can't run too much boost, because you'll boil the ocean. But yeah, it's got a water to air intercooler, and obviously that when that core gets a leak in it, water is pumped into the engine. Not good. And he was quoted $3,800 to repair it. So he's basically taken that. Honest bloke, he could have just ripped someone off, but he said, well, no, I'll just take that off the price. Here's the quote, here's what you need, and there we go, you know. So I bought it for 4.5 grand, but I looked around online. There is a place over East that sells the intercooler core, because the intercooler is actually bolts together and is sealed together with like these sort of O-rings. You can actually buy the core for like $500, $500 or $600, and then the gaskets, and do that. So if you can do the work yourself, obviously a big part of the cost is labour, but if you can do the work yourself, well, there's an avenue there to get it done for a lot cheaper and end up with $8,500 jet ski for. Alright, so got the engine cover off. Let's have a look what we can see. Well, this is the intercooler. This is the bit where the problem lies. Now you can see down there, the supercharger is down there, and it puts out, there's its outlet. Well, its outlet goes into this great big hose here, which then goes through the intercooler, then out here into the motor. Then you got here a blow-off valve, which is yeah, basically just opens up and lets the boost out, excess boost out, and whatever. But yeah, so and you got some other sort of bypass valve here. All right, not sure exactly what the difference is between those two, but anyway. So yeah. Oh, yeah, it's water dripping. So alright, I'll be with you in a minute. So yeah, anyway, you can see there's just a bit of milkiness there. So yeah, first step is just do an oil and filter. Oh, come on. Filter is located down in there, nice and easy to reach, and yeah, so that's today's mission. Just get that done. Yeah, righto, so here we are again. This is the spare battery. See, this is how you do oil changes in the jet ski world. You got to pump it out through the dipstick hole. I kid you not. See, so I've got my little electric pump that's down in there. So I'm going to hit the button. Oh, sorry. It's a bit tight through here.
Really?
Yeah, really. You're not going to be able to fit through there, and you're going to knock over my bucket of oil. Bucket of dirty oil. This is horrible. You don't want to touch that.
See.
Have a look. And not much is coming. Oh, here we go. See, look, it's coming out. Yeah. Not very much is coming out, but it's coming out. If you come through here and you knock this over, Daddy's going to cry. Daddy's really going to cry. Alright, so it's pumping some milky oil out. Alright. Oh, back in a minute. Alright, so this doesn't seem to be going to plan. I've got about that much oil out of it so far, and this pump is just like, it's barely a trickle. I don't think it doesn't like this long skinny suction hose. I've got another suction hose for it that's a lot fatter, and it likes that well. So yeah, oh, you see when it's running. Like I'll be quicker to siphon that. Unless of course that's all the oil that's in it, and the joke's on me. Alright, so I've had a bit of an upgrade. I've got this bad boy. But it seems like, would you believe it, oil mixed with water is very, very viscous. And it's still been very, very slow to pull the oil out. You can see it's like just moving through there, but yeah, I think it's going to be a long process. Alright. Alright, so here we are, it's a new day. And what have we got here? About 3 litres of milky goodness. So yeah, it did work, just very slow. So now on to changing the oil filter. Alright, so yeah, that was a pretty horrible job. Yeah, got there in the end though. Alright, just to just full of oil, new filter, just to make sure everything works. So I'll just give it a quick run. Alright, still goes. Now, what's next? Well, I need to try and verify that this that it is indeed the intercooler. So what I would like to do is remove the connection there, if that's possible. It's going to be tricky, but let's see what I can do. Alright, so we have a big empty hole where the intercooler used to be. So this actually looks in pretty good nick in here for a 14-year-old ski. That's a little bit grimy and oily, but there's no sort of great corrosion, you know. Yeah, it's certainly been looked after, I think. Alright, so over here, this is the intercooler. So if you look in here, there's a little that. Yeah, because the this thing has a catch can. That's the catch can there. And that catch can, the line from the top of the catch can feeds back to the intake on the supercharger side. So basically, as soon as you get any water in your oil, it just, the foamy stuff that rises to the top, well, that just gets sucked back into the engine, back through the supercharger and through the intercooler. So I'm going to have a look online and see how this bolts apart. I think if you take the bottom off, the part that I've seen is just basically it comes through there with this outlet on top. So yeah, but one thing I'm going to do before I touch this, so I'm going to try and well, pressure test it, leak test it. Yeah, just see what happens if I yeah, just put some water through it, see if I can see an obvious problem there. Yeah, that's what I'll do next, I think. Right, here we are in the experiment section. Yeah, so basically I've got the garden hose going in here. This bad boy here is blanked off. This is open. I'm going to put that on there, but I'll wait, I'll fill it up first. So I'll go and do that now. Alright, so she should be filling. Yeah, so once the cart starts coming out, oh, like that. Alright, now I know that's not going to be a perfect seal, but I just want to get some pressure in there. I don't think it runs a huge amount of pressure anyway. And just see where. Alright, let's try that again with some proper hose clamps. Ooh, she's pressuring up. Alright, well, I don't see anything there. Alright, well I might give it 10 minutes and see what happens. Righto, so I've got a bit of a dilemma here. This thing's all pressured up. And there doesn't seem to be anything coming out. So let's move some of these tools out of the way. There is sort of sludgy stuff in the bottom of it, but that was kind of already there. So let's see if I can spin this around. Alright, so this is a bit of a worry. This thing seems to be tight as a drum, so I've got a bit of a dilemma. There's definitely water in the oil, so where is it coming from? It's not coming from the intercooler. Yeah. Because I have heard stories of these things cracking cylinder heads. I don't know, I guess I might have to have a look and see if it's possible to pressurise up the water jacket in the engine. I wouldn't have thought it was. That's all sort of interconnected to the exhaust, and the exhaust is open to the ocean. Alright, so it's definitely got water in the oil, so what do? Do I trust the initial diagnosis that this thing's leaking? And I can't even see a drop. Has it got a cracked cylinder head? Or has it just somehow got water in the hull while it was being washed, and that's got into the oil? Alright, well, I'm getting a slight drip there, but I don't know if that's just all the sludge from inside. Slowly oozing in this direction, so I know I might leave it there. It seems to be holding pressure fine. I might just leave it there overnight, and if I come out in the morning and it's dripping, well then that's my problem. Yeah, it'd be a bit of a worry if it's not though. Right, here we are back in the shed. Yeah, so I actually made a phone call this morning. I spoke to the mechanic who diagnosed this as having a crack, a hole in the intercooler. And I told him, I said, look, I've connected it up to the garden hose, blah, blah, blah. And he said, no, he said, that won't give it enough pressure. He said, he said they had it with the water connected up, running, and the intake, the hose to the intake disconnected, and he said once it sort of got a bit of heat into it, you could see the water spitting. So I thought, all right, well that's good enough for me. I'll run with that. So the plan, well, I've ordered the gaskets for this and a new core. And it was also, I went back through all the old receipts and I found one for the oil cooler. Because these have a sort of a water to oil cooler as well. So I ordered new seals for that, because if those seals let go, water will just punch straight into the engine oil. So and I ordered a new gasket for the intake manifold, because you got to take the intake manifold off to get to that. So yeah, I'm hoping it's not a cracked cylinder head, but yeah, we'll see what happens. All right, well, I'm going to pull this apart and at least get this ready, because I've ordered the core, I've ordered the gaskets, but they won't be here for a week or so. So I'll probably just throw this video out there and see what everyone makes of it once we have a look inside this core. Alright, so we got the side panels off. As you can see, there's a nice old vanilla shake in there, especially at this end. Yeah. Alright, so the actual cases themselves look alright. Even the seals look almost, they're a bit, yeah, they're not too bad. But yeah, so I'll get this bottom half off. And yeah. GoPro stopped recording. Alright, so digging into this, and if you look here, yeah, you can see the thing's been sealed with at one end by sort of white Sikaflex. So yeah, I don't think she's going to come apart easy. You can see there it's a bit of corrosion, but it's not too bad. But at this point, yeah, she's not going to come apart. Not easy anyway, but I keep going, get there in the end. Alright, have a look at that milky beauty. So alright then, yeah, it would appear to me this center, this is what I've ordered off eBay. I've ordered a new one of these. There's someone, I think they're over east, they make new ones, must be a radiator shop or whatever, but you can just sort of replace the core, which is what I'm going to do. So yeah, it just looks like this area here. Ah yeah, that just, yeah, alright, told me that gonna have to replace that. Oh yeah, that'll come off. Okay, yeah, so yeah, that's about it for this video. I believe I'll pretty much be just putting a pressure cleaner over these ones. Yeah, and hopefully next break in 2 weeks when I come back, I'll have all my spare parts that I'll need to do the oil cooler seals and the intercooler, and then I'll put it all back together and see what happens. Alright, wish me luck and see you next time.